Boom, welcome back to How Did We Get Here? Today's topic, as we carry on in the spending time at home in the age of the Rona, why is it that your homeboys, when you decide to settle it down and get right, they don't congratulate you? Why is it that you want me to continue to be in the street? Why? Why is that? Why is it that we as men get ridiculed when we start to settle down? That we're a punk, we're a sucker. Why aren't you kicking it with us like you used to anymore? You would think that the goal as men is to settle down. And really, the goal in many ways is to become a sucker for your family though. So why is it that we don't congratulate when your man shuts it down? Why is that?
I think most of our issue is fear of loss. Like, I guess a lot of guys look at it and like, man, you with her now. You ain't got time for us. Like they fear, basically. It's uncomfortable for them to see you change. Like, you with her, you ain't gonna mess with us no more. But at the same time, I also wonder, like, if I'm in the streets, like we all, like, as men are supposed to be, per se. Every weekend, I'm in the streets, we in the streets doing our thing. I got a different one on the team. I'm messing with this one this weekend. I'm messing with that one. Why do we congratulate each other? Oh man, my dude got girl. He got a team. But when I'm with my woman on the weekend, now I'm soft. Either way it goes, you don't see me on the weekend.
Right. right.
Now you get the battle, you get the war stories of me telling you my quote unquote conquests of messing with this one and messing with that one. But it's still empty. But you'd rather cheer that empty interaction than basically be happy for me when I got some solid going on.
And I'm trash. Jay Carter, my man. He's like Dr. Claw off of Inspector Gadget Skeens. But I think what it again goes back to what we were discussing and what we always discuss is evaluating ourselves and understanding what, again, manhood and true masculinity is. Because unfortunately, it's been a societal norm for people to be applauded and patted on the back for being, a player. And here's the part of it too. Women have also applauded and rewarded the player.
Yes. Which is crazy.
Now, I consider myself a serial good guy. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't evaluated the same as guys that had multiple conquests. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't. And in a time when I did adopt a different behavior and how I interacted, I did receive
the floodgates open.
Well, I'm just saying, to a certain degree.
Yes.
So it's the same thing. Women are applauding it. Men are applauding it. And I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to, women or men that's out running and making moves. I'm happy for any time somebody settles it and shuts it down. You know what I'm saying? Because for me personally, nothing ever measured up for me. Now again, this is me. My journey, nothing measured up to me the same as when you have your wife, your kids, your family, and that whole situation solid and settled, and having a peaceful household.
So the question is, like, what is the attraction to that? So your friends are attracted to that type of person, that lifestyle that we are to live. But also the women are attracted to that guy who's a player. Not all, but some.
Right.
So if it's a guy that is a
would you say it's the majority of women though?
It's a good. Yes, we're not gonna say all, but a healthy percentage of women
Right.
like that guy.
Right.
So the women like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Your friends like that guy.
Yeah.
But your friends don't like the guy who's trying to do the right thing. Nor women, not all, but a healthy percentage, don't like that guy who's trying to do the right thing.
Right.
In terms, you say out loud, "Oh, I want a good guy," but yet and still, there's a magnetic attraction to
there's
that
a
guy that
magnetism
has
to it.
options.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to what we always used to talk about is how a female will want a dude that's a thug, but still didn't want him to be able to flip the switch to be, the sensitive guy.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I mean, you could have a man that understands that dynamic, but oftentimes when you live in that kind of lifestyle, like that's hard to flip that switch back. You know what I'm saying? So
he's basically a double agent.
Right. And so I think, again, as men, in our maturation process, and again having a conversation with one another, is those guys that are doing that thing and living that lifestyle of the guy that's at home, the guy that's with his wife, the guy that's devoted to his kids and stuff. We have to promote that and be honest and true about our ugly, stinking stuff, that to be real, like, yo, that lifestyle really isn't all it's cracked up to be. It really isn't. Now, is it ego driven? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Is it self-serving? Yes. Absolutely.
Does it feel good at that moment?
Absolutely. But sometimes you'll find yourself in a situation, and literally as soon as you be like, man, why am I here right now?
Yes.
What am I doing here? What am I doing here right now? And again, the friends, when you see that man that's making the transition, instead of holding him back, you need to be, okay, hey, that's how you gonna move right now, bro. I respect that.
Yep.
I respect that. I respect how you trying to move right now.
Yes.
Yeah, but we don't do that. We don't do that. We try to hold, and like you said, it's because the dudes feel like they're almost losing a piece of themselves to a certain extent. Yeah. Man, you don't be out kicking it with him no more, man. It ain't the same.
Your growth is uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's real.
So it's no different.
Well, because really, it's uncomfortable because it shows me where I come up short.
Yes.
Really.
Ooh, yeah.
It's really what it is. It's showing me where I'm deficient at. It's showing me where I'm deficient. And I really know the truth of how I want to move and how I should be. But seeing you make the transition is showing me where I come up short.
Now the question is, why don't you transition? Is it the pressure of remaining the status quo?
Yeah, and
so you basically have a mask that you have to keep on at all times because your persona is the player.
Absolutely.
I got them. Mm-hmm. They want me. Mm-hmm. I want them. Mm-hmm. I have to be out there on the scene at all times. Mm-hmm. I have to maintain this character, and I have to be in top. I have to be ready to perform at a moment's notice.
Right, and you feel you got a rep to uphold.
Yes. So basically, there's somewhat of an anxiety to maintain that position.
Yeah. That's real.
That's real. That's a lot of work.
That's real.
So
all that said, the key is know that the transition is a positive thing. The transition to being that guy, because as men, if we sit back and look at it, some of the most righteous dudes and guys that we looked up to was dudes that were walking that path.
Yeah.
And to take it even further is that for us to get to where we need to go overall as a people, more of us gotta walk that path. If you want me to really put the pressure on you, more of us gotta be in right standing and showing kids and the wives, the family structure with the man and the woman in proper position. That has returns on the investments, that's exponential return on the investment, just by the mere fact of a mother and father functioning in the same household. It impacts education, it impacts poverty, it impacts what the kids do later, all of their relationships that they have after that. It all starts right there.
So if we say it takes a village to raise a child, how can we raise a productive child when the village is fragmented? So that's one of the things that we have to think about and take account of.
All right, tell us what y'all think. Comments at the bottom. Let us know. Agree, disagree.